Hey guys, welcome to Sippin' and Spillin' with Sid from 3 Mississippi. How are y'all doing? Hope you're having a good day. We just had a little rainstorm come through last night. It's still kind of overcast and yicky out, but I love it. It's good fall weather, you know, getting that rain in. We needed it. We haven't had enough rain out here lately. But I don't know if you can see behind me, we did a lot of work this weekend, and in fact the last video on 3 Mississippi that just came out on Tuesday, today, by the time you guys see this, it was all about the trenching work that we did. We actually had a giant working party that day, so you know, we had them working down in the field on the fences. We had him digging the trenches here, and we were running the water lines. And then just a bunch of odds and ends like that we were trying to get done before this weather hit, and while we had all the hands there on Saturday. So we did get actually quite a bit done. The spigots are not in yet at the different locations, but the water line is working. So right now I've got a hose attached to the water line over here that's running across to the chicken coop so I can fill their water and whatever. Probably within another day or two, I will need to have some kind of hose run down to the goat pen and the horse pen so that I can deal with troughs, their water troughs, and touching those up a bit because they'll be about due for that. So still some stuff to do when it comes to that, but for the most part, we did get a lot done. I don't know if you guys can see because all these leaves just dropped after this storm, but we've got the trenching line that runs this way, the trenching line that runs this way along the goat pen, and the trenching line that runs down into the garden. And then we've actually got off of this one, it tees across in front of the birds over that way. So a lot of trenching. So the yard's a little bit muddy, kind of having to keep the dogs out of it. We did trench a French drain, which you guys will see that on Friday's video on 3 Mississippi, kind of why we put that in and what the purpose of it is. But the nutshell of it is the way that area is sloped where the shop is and the overhang. It basically becomes a mud puddle from about this time until spring through the rainy season. So unfortunately, we did put some gravel in there and that has helped quite a bit. But hi, handsome. Bunko's down here wanting attention. Oh, you getting muddy paw prints on me? Thank you. But getting some of that water siphoned off with a French drain is important. We were able to do part of it, but we do need to finish the outer edges of it because we ran out of gravel, and it was a Sunday afternoon, so there was no getting gravel right at that time to finish it up the next day. So, but we did get the important part, like where we drive the tractor in and out, and the main portion of that overhang, we were able to get that graveled in. So that was good. And again, you guys will see that full video on Friday if all goes according to plan. So, and then we've got the fencing video will be coming up next week of the pieces that we were working on out there. And we'll see, depending on how this weekend goes, we might be able to show finishing the fence, or at least hopefully finishing it. It may take a day and a half. They say a day. I feel like it's gonna be more like a day and a half because by the time they have one more H-brace to kind of finish up that needs the tie off, and then we have to run the lines and put all the T-posts in. Not in that order, obviously, but so I think that might take a little bit longer than a full day, just because I know guys tend to underestimate the amount of time things are going to take, and I like to be a little more realistic about the time things are going to take. So I think it'll probably, weather permitting and all of that we'll be able to do that next weekend. And if it's just the 3 of us working on it, it might take a little longer. If part of the working crew comes back, maybe we can finish it in a day. We'll see. But that would be exciting to be able to get that tied off down there, because then we can be able to move the goats out there. And the idea behind that is that when we add the sheep in, we can have them all together initially. Number one, for the dogs, so that the dogs can become accustomed to the expansion of the flock and understand their role. Don't mind Ann. I don't know if you guys can hear on my microphone. Ann's back there screaming. She went into heat and she's letting everybody know. She is very vocal about the fact that she is feeling it right now. So she's just over there screaming. They're usually really quiet goats. People are usually impressed with how quiet my goats are, and they usually are, unless they're in heat. Then they want to talk about it for a while. but isn't that just like a woman? But anyway, those things hopefully we'll be able to get done so that, you know, the goats can be with the dogs and the sheep, you know, help kind of create that bond a little bit, so they understand their role with the new set of quadrupeds that they'll have to look over. And I do know that they take their role seriously. I mean, if they, you know, they've been protecting the birds, even though the birds are not in their pen, they're diligent. If they hear something or see something, they're letting everybody know about it. And, you know, knock on wood, I haven't had any issues with any loss of birds due to predators or anything like that since Kusi became old enough to find his voice and do his job. So, and Tashka's right behind him on that. She's about, let's see, she's what? She's probably about 9 months old now. So I think she turns 1 in May, if memory serves. So she's maybe, yeah, so she may be a little younger than that still. But anyway, she's making progress in that direction. She's still very much a puppy in a lot of ways, but Kusi is like old reliable. He's settled in. He's like a little old man now. He knows his job. He does his thing. So that's been working out. So yeah, just have to get them adjusted to whatever we add to the flock so that they know to protect it, and get things rolling in that direction and from that perspective. So hopefully, you know, by spring at the latest, we'll be able to really have that kind of underway and going. This fence line obviously will be done by then. Worst case, we can move them out there. They'll have some additional, basically, food out there that they can eat. You know, we did reseed this top pasture here, the original goat paddock, and we've kept them off of it. So they're clearing out that bottom half right now, and once that happens, we can flop them up here to the top paddock, and then we can flop them out to the lower paddock here all this winter. So that will help them be able to rotate a little bit and have some more food. So that's less of the hay bales that we got off of Silver that we'll have to use for them, because Beulah will have, you know, she'll have quite a bit here still to eat. She's got plenty of food out there still for a while. But there will come a point, obviously, where we will have to put a round bale in there for her to get her through the rest of the winter until spring. But and she does love a good round bale. Homegirl gets excited when she sees the tractor coming with a bale. I mean, she loves it. Nothing, that horse is ruled by her stomach. I tell you what, 100%. She gets excited. But that being said, if we can hold off on that a little bit, that's good, you know, not having to give them the hay and let them actually eat off the land, because then if there is a time when, eek, we need to use the hay, we have it, and we don't have to go buy it because we've got some of our own hay. And I know that's only going to last for a couple of years, where you can, you know, kind of hang on to those bales realistically before they start to get any rot or anything like that. But should be looking pretty good there with the way this is going to roll. And then obviously, you know, moving forward, we'll be moving them further and further out as the operations expands. But for now, this lower pasture down here that we're starting to section off will be the primary one initially. So that'll be good, and we'll be able to move them where we need to. So I think that's going to work out. I think it's a good solid plan for now. So there we have it. But I do actually have to get going, guys. I got to run to the store. I do have to offload some footage that I shot for Friday's video of kind of some segue stuff, you know, nitty gritty stuff. And then I got to run to the store, and I got to go help a friend with something this afternoon. So I got to get rocking and rolling, got to get out of here. And Mike is under the weather. He's not feeling so great. He kind of thought maybe he was coming down with something. And this afternoon, he's like, yeah, I'm definitely coming down with something. But so far, he's refused elderberry syrup. So we'll see. He can't be feeling that bad yet. So he just laid down to take a little siesta and let himself recharge, and I'll have to check on him later, see if there's anything he wants me to bring him from the store or from town to help him feel better. You know, maybe he wants a lollipop. I don't know. I'll find out. Anyway, guys, I appreciate you. As always, stay blessed, and remember, no live on Wednesday this week. I'm going to be tied up helping a friend, but and no live next week, most likely, because I'll be tied up with an activity at church the day before Thanksgiving. But you can still stay blessed, and you can still remember that safety's off.